So how do you improve something that is already perfect? Well, this latest Kershaw collaboration has done just that. Hey, I'm Jay, and if you're looking to buy a knife and you need to see what it's like first before you drop your hard-earned money on it, here's what you got to do. Click on subscribe so I can help you, and remember to click that bell notification so you don't miss a thing. So you should be looking at the specs right now, so for those of you interested, good place to pause. First, I would like to go ahead and say thank you to one of my subscribers, Kark Nelson. He is actually responsible for giving me the heads up on this knife. So, Kark, man, thank you. You have made my year. No kidding. So you guys are very familiar with the Kershaw Knockout 1870. What you might not have known is that it is my absolute favorite Kershaw knife of all time, period. There are a couple reasons for that, first of which being the blade profile. Now, as you may or may not know, I really do like a blade with a very wide profile, and the Knockout is just that at 1.34 inches, so just a beautiful blade. Handle thickness well under a ½ inch at 0.40. The blade length is a very practical 3¼ inches long. Now, the steel, the 14C28N Sandvik, is it my favorite? No, of course not. But it is a fantastic budget steel. And just like with all knives, I mean, even my favorites, everything is not all sunshine and roses with the Kershaw Knockout. There's a couple things that I don't like too much. One of which being the closed width. So like how much room it takes up in your pocket. It is over that 1½ inch threshold at 1.53. And the handle material is aluminum. I'm not the biggest fan of aluminum scales just because they tend to get scratched up in my pocket. So maybe my statement about at the beginning saying, improving upon perfection, okay, that was probably a little bit dramatic. So now Kershaw, in collaboration with USA-made blades, has really outdone themselves and just made something fantastic. This is the Kershaw Knockout, and I want to see if you guys can see that, and I apologize if you can't. I'll try and hold it at different positions here, different depths. But anyway, M390 blade steel. Yep. And this knife, this comes at the perfect time because of my recent Kershaw disappointment with the fault line. This was a knife that I was really, really looking forward to, but also very, very disappointed in. So Kershaw's kind of redeemed themselves, at least in my eyes. I'm sure they're really concerned about that as well. So if you know, and if you're familiar with the Kershaw Knockout, then you're familiar with this one, an M390, because it is exactly the same. The only difference, well, other than the blade steel, but the milling on the aluminum scale. So you guys can see that there. Now it's just like 3 shorter lines milled in there. Yeah, that's it. That is the only difference. So why don't we just go ahead, I want to get these out of the frame here so we can just focus on this one. And if you're not familiar with the company USA Made Blades. I really suggest and recommend that you go check them out. Their deal is that they only sell knives that are manufactured in the United States. How awesome is that? They're headquartered and they have a store. It's in North Carolina. I will include the link to their website and to this listing for the Knockout. And I guess USA Made Blades, they do all of their own custom anodization in-house, and there is no extra charge when you purchase a knife from them to have it anodized. And man, you got to go check out their work because it is just gorgeous. Now, this is one of two versions that appears on their website. This is the stonewashed finish, but they also have a blackwash finished blade as well. And the price, I'll bet you guys are dying to know that. $100 for this. And if you decide to go with the blackwash version, you're going to be looking at $105. Now, I would just like to really quickly remind you guys to click on that subscribe button if you're looking for knife reviews that get right to the point. And I have previously reviewed the standard Kershaw Knockout. If you click up here in the corner at the end of this video, then you can go watch my full review. And now I gotta give you just a little disclaimer. It's one of my earlier videos, so be patient, would you, please? Hey, it's okay, it's not terrible, but it's just, again, it's one of my first YouTube videos. So check that out. And before we go, there's actually a question that I have for you guys. Something that I would really like to know is, now, if you could choose a Kershaw knife to have M390 blade steel, which Kershaw knife would you pick? Please let me know down in the comment section below. Oh, and I almost forgot. For those of you wondering, yes, this knife, apparently, it is Sasquatch approved. So rest easy knowing that. It's just like a sticker decal, whatever thing. It's actually pretty big, that USA Made blade included in the box. So that was awesome. Thank you.